Bo family, welcome back to another vlog here with me. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Brittany. I just would like to take the opportunity to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting the BOFE channel. Continue to subscribe to this channel. Continue to leave a comment down below where you guys are tuning in from. If you have any questions, any suggestions, anything like that, just leave it down in the comments, as this is a community page, right? And it is my mission to just inspire anyone who comes to my page through the content that I am putting out. So today I just wanted to jump on to share some tips with you guys and some things that you can do in the month of February to prepare for your 2023 spring/summer garden, right? Now, if you are in zone 6A like I am here in Ohio, it is still cold. We got snow outside. It was 14 degrees today. However, there are still some things that you can do in the month of February to prepare for your garden season, right? And also to begin to get your fingers down into the soil, and just get in the mode and in the zone of full garden planning, right? Moving into the month of March and April and May, things will speed up and get a little bit more interesting, as I'll be doing way more hands-on activities. But right now, we're just going to do a lot of talking and Q&A in preparation for our garden season, especially for those who may be looking to start a garden, don't have much knowledge, or have a lot of questions, or just wanting to gain more knowledge as in when it relates to what to do when it comes to a garden, right? So, without further ado, we are going to dive into this vlog. Now, before I dive into this vlog, you guys, I just want to share some stuff with you guys that was placed on my heart, because I am in a season or a year of yes, and I probably shared this with you guys on a few other blogs when I was doing like some gardening things and lessons that you can learn from having a garden. And this morning, as I was in my prayer, meditation, and reading my word, it was placed on my heart to share some inspiration with the community, right? Typically, I would shy away from doing these kind of things, but I really feel the nudge and the urge to share with you all. And it may resonate with some, and it may not. But one thing that came to me as I was praying and meditating and reading my word this morning, um, actually was inspired from the book of Isaiah, right? And I was reading Isaiah chapter 40. And as I was reading the chapter, the word that came to me was restoration. And realizing that a lot of us are in a season of isolation, I would say. We're in a season where we are being called to just kind of go within, right? And really seek um, a deeper connection with self, so that we can continue to show up as our best selves here on earth, right? And by showing up as our best self here, that gives us the opportunity to be able to help and inspire others. So when I think of the word restoration, I think of being in a season of just restoring self, getting back to the roots, right? Getting a deeper connection with self, getting a deeper connection with God or a higher power. Just taking a break from everything that relates to the outside world, so to speak. And as I got further down into my reading this morning in Isaiah chapter 40, verses 29 through 31, right, it talks about soaring, right? And it talks about just taking comfort and knowing that God is everlasting. His promises for us is everlasting. The way that he views us is everlasting. And it's so prominent in our world today, where we as people seek validation from everywhere else but ourselves. We look to social media for answers to questions that we may have, or we look to social media to solve problems that we may have. But when it comes to social media, when it comes to public opinion, meaning opinion from everyone else outside of yourself, that's so unreliable in a sense, right? One tip that I would give or share on today with you guys, in order to get to that place of being able to truly trust yourself and trust the wisdom and the discernment that God has given us, is to be able to disconnect from all the unreliable sources that surround us on a daily basis and truly go within, right? Truly connect with oneself, truly connect with God, continue to read His Word, or truly connect with your higher power. And this relates to having a garden on so many levels, because when you're out in the garden and you're tending your garden, you're being a great steward. That is a perfect time to really ground yourself as you are planting your hands into the soil, as you're putting that seed into the ground and watching that seed grow into this beautiful vegetable plant, right? Just being able to see how that seed was once in a dark place where many of us have been at one point in time or another. But come out of that dark place into this beautiful plant, vegetable plant, that now you can harvest for your family and be able to enjoy and nourish your mind, your body, and your soul, right? So continue to find ways to connect, right? Connect with self, connect with God, get rooted, get grounded, and truly trust in um, the ability to have wisdom, and truly trust in your ability to have discernment, and just know that all of it is going to work out and all of it is going to be well, right? Your answers and your solutions will come. So that is a tad bit of inspiration that I wanted to share with you guys today. And I pray that you receive it and you receive it well, and maybe you can apply it in certain aspects of your life. And again, that was inspired by the reading that I did this morning, coming out of Isaiah chapter 40, um, excuse me, verses 29 through 31 being a focal point for me this morning. All right, y'all, let's dive into the month of February. I cannot believe we're already in the second month of this year. Like, time is already flying by, I feel like, and it's waiting on nobody, okay? It's waiting on nobody. So, we are still in the dead of winter in zone 6A, but that is totally okay. So I'm going to share with you guys 5 things or 5 tips that you can do this month to just get a jump start on your gardening goals, gardening planning, seed starting, and all that fun stuff, right? Because there are things that you can be doing in the month of February. You do not have to wait, especially if you are a person who is looking to have that early spring harvest. I'm gonna share with you guys a few seeds that you can start indoors to get that early spring harvest, right? So one of the first tips that I have for you guys, and I talked about this in my garden planning video that I posted maybe last week. The link will be posted below, so you can go back and check that out. But make sure you guys are creating your garden plan, right? Your garden plan is going to look different for everybody depending on what it is that you're trying to grow. But start to plan out what it is you want to do, how your garden wants to look, where are you going to put your garden, right? What is the layout going to look like? Are you going to do an in-ground garden? Are you going to do some raised beds? Are you going to do container gardening? How much space are you working with? Begin to plan that out, write it down on paper, get you, you can create grids on your computers or laptops or whatever. I'm so old school. I actually have a gardening notebook that I use and write all my ideas and my thoughts and everything down inside of my notebook. I'm a writer. That's just what I prefer. But begin to start working on your plan so that you can have a great idea of what needs to be done before May actually gets here in Ohio, if you plan on just going full swing in the month of May, right? Start working on that. Start pricing out how much your raised beds are going to be. Start pricing out how much your amendments are going to be if you're just getting started. All of that goes into your garden planning and your garden layout. So the second tip, suggestion, advice that I would love to give you guys is also start to think about what it is that you want to grow in your garden. So what are your favorite fruits? What are your favorite vegetables? What are your favorite things that you want to grow? Or what are some things that you want to try out? make a list of that as well and begin to order your seeds. If you have not ordered your seeds, begin to do that. So two places that I love to order seeds from are Baker's Creek and Johnny Seeds. Now, I also do pick up from the Dollar Tree. I also do pick up from my local Home Depot sometimes. It just ultimately depends. But my big orders are going to come from Baker's Creek or Johnny Seeds. So make sure you're getting your seed orders in. Create some kind of list so that you can stay organized on what you want to purchase, how many you want to purchase, and all that other stuff, right? So get organized with your seeds and order them. Number 3, I would say this is a time of year where you can start pulling out your garden tools and giving them a good scrub and giving them a good cleaning, right? So that they are ready and prepared as the weather begins to break and you can really get out and start doing some things. So get your garden shovels and all your tools that you may use and get them out, start cleaning them up, and then putting them, I like to put them into like a tote, like a small tote. It doesn't have to be nothing big unless you have bigger items. And once you clean them all up, clean your tote out, make sure everything's nice and sanitized, and then just put it right back. So when you're ready to get the season going, all that stuff is already done for you. You don't even have to worry about cleaning your tools and making sure that you have a clean slate when you're ready to get started. So the fourth tip that I would like to give you guys is to go through your seed starting equipment. So if you're going to be starting your own seeds, there are things that you need to start your seeds indoor, right? So you're going to need some kind of shelving unit. Do you have that already? And if you do have it, do you have a plan of where you may want to put it in your home this year? Is it something that needs to be assembled that you can go ahead and pull out and start assembling that and getting it ready, right? You're going to want to think about your lighting. Do you have any lights? You're going to need grow lights, starting your seeds indoors. Unless you just have a beautiful window or a sun porch or something like that, it's important for you to have lighting. So do you have your lighting? Do you need to replace any light bulbs? Just begin to map that out in your head and see what may be needed when it comes to those things. Your heat source. Do you need to buy any heat mats, right? How are you going to keep the environment where you're starting your seeds nice and warm, right? Because that's important. Your containers. Do you have enough containers? Are your containers clean and sterilized? That's going to be important too. And if they're not, go ahead and pull them out so that you can get them clean and get them sanitized. Take inventory, see what you need to buy, see what you don't need to buy, so that you can prepare for your to start your seeds indoors, right? So my fifth tip for you guys when it comes to February and the things that you can do this month is, first off, you can start your first round of early spring seeds, right? So there are some crops out there that do enjoy the colder weather, and that's perfect for us here in Ohio, Zone 6A, right? So some of those seeds are going to be your broccolis. You can go ahead and start your broccoli seeds indoors, right? You can go ahead and start cabbage. You can go ahead and start your cauliflower. You can go ahead and start your celery, parsley, eggplant if you enjoy eggplant, head lettuces, and onions, you guys. Let me repeat that list for you. So we have broccoli, we have cabbage, we have cauliflower, we have celery, eggplant, head lettuce, onions, and parsley. Y'all can start all those seeds right now in the month of February to have an early spring harvest. That's amazing because a lot of people are in this mindset that because we live in an area that is so cold, there's nothing that we can do. And I wouldn't say nothing. We are limited on the things that we can do when it comes to having like a full-blown garden. However, there are still some things that we can do in these zones that have colder temperatures. And there are a lot of vegetables, root crops, that enjoy the colder weather. So take advantage of that. I love broccoli. I love cabbage. I cook with a lot of celery, right? I'm not a big fan of eggplant. I love lettuce. I love onions. I cook with parsley. So all of these things, for me, I will be starting this month to have an early spring harvest and also to have a later spring harvest. So take advantage of that, right? Two other things that you can start this month because it has a longer germination period is going to be rosemary. And if you're into doing any type of flowering, you can also go ahead and start your snapdragon. So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into this short vlog on today. I just wanted to pop one to give you guys a few things that you can do in the month of February to go ahead and kickstart your 2023 garden season. Don't think because we live in a colder state that you can't do anything in the winter months to prepare for your garden, because there's always something that we can be doing to prepare for our gardens and have a beautiful garden season. You don't have to wait until when the weather is just right to get started. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that that was an inspiration for you. If you know of anything else that you can be doing in the month of February, leave it down in the comments so that we all can continue to grow, learn, right? If you have any questions, leave that down in the comments as well. I love to hear from you guys. Please continue to like the BOFE Plus channel. Please continue to subscribe to the BOFE Plus channel. And I just want to say thank you guys again for tuning in. And until the next vlog, you guys stay blessed. One love. Mwah.